We're on site today and we're going to be installing our Simplis steel door frame kit. So we've got it here in front of us, and this is how it'll arrive on site. Obviously they will be wrapped, we've unwrapped them here. You're going to get a lock leg and the expander that goes with it, the frame leg and the expander side that goes with it, and then the header and the expander side that comes with that. And simply all you need to do is pull them apart, and that's how you get the two sets separate. So first, we're going to split it out into our frame side and our expander side, and we're going to build it up from there. So now that we've got the set split out into our expanders and our frame sides, we can work on building them up. The first step to do is to build up your frame side, because from there you can check all the measurements on the external side of the frame, so the structural opening, to make sure that you've got the right frame for the right hole. Also, there will be these pack of screws that you get. These might also be sellotaped to the back of a frame leg, or they'll come in a big box depending on the quantity. But all the screws that are in here are what we're going to use today to fasten the frames together. So now that we're ready to put this frame corner together, I've pulled out the screws that we're going to need from the pack, which is the two large domed-headed self-tappers. These are the main fixing screws for the base of the corner. And then we've got the machine screw and the nylon washer, and these are what we use to set the corner gap in place. So step one, both sides up onto the architrave, just pull them together. Then we'll get the big self-tappers, and just hand tighten them in. With those in, we just unscrew. And again, not looking to over tighten here, because we've still got a bit of adjustment to do for the finish of the face. So leaving those loose, I've still got a bit of movement in this corner. So from here, we can get our machine screw in the top, locate that all the way through, just get that started. Again, just finger tight. So as you see, it's just pulling it together. Now again, we're just going to run our hand on the face, just to make sure that we're not over tightened or bumped the frame over. We're happy with that, so then we'll just tighten. Get the screws up completely. So now that we've got the frame together, we're just going to check our external frame measurement just to make sure that it's small enough to fit within our structural opening that we checked out. We're measuring 940, our structural opening is 945, so that gives us our 5mm tolerance for the frame into the structural opening. So now that we've built the frame side up, we can do the exact same process on the expander side. So now that we've got our frame built up, we're going to offer it up into our structural and just make sure that everything fits. We should have just a snug push just to get everything in tight. And that's it, everything's in. So now from here, the next step is just to measure to make sure that our door is still going to fit within the frame, as we've got a fixed length at the top here, but at the bottom, is that the bottom legs can move independent of the top. So that is how you're going to know if you're going to need to pack out from one side to the other, and it'll help you get that frame leg level. So if we measure our internal opening, we've got 915. We'll take 6mm off that to get our door loose. But we've got 915 at the top, so we need 915 at the bottom. So if I measure internally again, and we've got 910, so I need to just push one of the frame legs out, which means that this side and that side. There we go, we're now on 915. So you just need it pushing out slightly. So there's no packing required now because we're hard up to the structural. But should the structural be out where you've got more tolerance, you just need to finesse that with some packers and just make sure that the legs are straight all the way down. So now I'm just going to fix the frame. I'm going to start with the hinge side, as first that will allow us to hang the door and then test the operation. We're just going into a met section here, so I'm just going to use the silver self-tappers I've got. We don't supply the fixings for these frames, we just use what is applicable to what you're fixing in. So now that I've got those fixing in, I'm just going to measure the internals again just to make sure I've not pulled anything out. So we've got to take measure again. Measure the top at 915 still, and the bottom 915 still. So we're happy that that is now level and plumb. So if we had our door, we could hang that on this edge and test the opening and closing of the operation. So now we've got our expander on the rear of the frame. We've got these hooks on the expander legs here that are welded on. The bottom half of it hooks around the top hat that is fixed to the wall, and the middle fin just stops any flexing on the expander when we come to tighten together. So I'm just going to light it up as I push it in. It's always easier if you get a corner first, you work your way down the leg. Again, the header onto that corner. And that's it. We're just going to pick us through the seal channel, pull the two together, and that's the framing system characterised. Again, these screws can be found in your screw pack. They may be a gold or silver colour, but the long self tack is what we're going to use to go through the whole bit. So as you can see, we're just going to go through the hole behind the seal channel, locate. We're just going to nip it up, and that's the screw together. So that now It's fixed in. We're going to do that same process all the way down the leg. It's important to note when you come to on the bottom that unlike the top of the header, where there's strength in the corner, we've not got that same strength down here. And that expander could be over tightened and the frame can pull in, causing gaps to appear. So you've got to be careful when tightening this one up. It's only just tightened up to knit together. It's not to try and increase stability of the frame itself. That's done all before in the fixing plates. We're just going to go to the same place, gentle. We've hit the bite point. You can see here the movement we're causing. And it's that over tightening that we don't want to cause, as we'll get a bending in the expander, but that's nicked up as nice as movement. The last thing to do with the frames now is just to insert the seal that comes in the pack. Going up the seal channel, just push it in, starting at the top, we'll just slowly work our way down, pushing it all the way in. We'll do that on all three sides, and then we can hang the door, and that's the job done.